What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of Moment of Clarity. Who we got today? We got Buffet the Great. We got Brick the Great. We got Youngin. Today we got a special guest in the day. They say we need therapy, right? That's what they was telling us right after that first episode.
They was tripping on us.
They
we
say
need
y'all
help.
sick. Y'all need
We
therapy.
sick.
So what
Y'all
we do?
need to talk to somebody.
That's
y'all
right.
Y'all damaged black men.
Yeah.
They going hard
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah. So you know what? We went and we got a therapist.
We went and got some help.
We got a special guest with us today. Delisha Isabel.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hello.
How you doing,
Great.
Miss Delisha Isabel? Therapist Delisha Isabel.
Yep.
As a matter, drop the letters for us. Let us know where they can find you, so they know it's real. So when they Google you, they be like, they really got a real
For sure.
therapist.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of y'all need help who watching us
Yeah.
while y'all popping y'all shit. We went and got help. Now
That's
y'all
right.
go get help.
Yeah. Y'all next.
Y'all next. So where can they find you? Like we found you.
So I own Knowledge of Self LLC. That's my practice. And I also work for a Focus Therapy Clinic, which is where I practice out of currently. So you can find me at Focus Therapy Clinic. Just Google us. I am again, Delisha Isabel.
Official.
Knowledge is self.
It ain't no fake shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you got to know yourself.
Yeah.
you gotta know yourself.
Yeah. Y'all can fact check that.
So when you say you gotta know yourself, how do we do that when we don't even know who we are as black people for real? Because a lot of our history been destroyed. Our parents, were taught things from their grandparents, which dealt with slavery most of the time, not all of them, but most of them.
Right.
So they got this slavery mentality that they passing down to us and the teachings of the slave master. And, we take them on and we take on their problems as well. And we never know ourselves. So how do we go about it, and even what's the first step in trying to find ourselves or knowing who we are?
So what you described is something like generational trauma. Starts in slavery. And that's something that's basically like, it goes on so long, it just like gets encoded into your DNA. So think of it like this, like most black people, even I do it. When you come up, and I live in an area right now where it's just straight white people. Well, I live in an area with straight white people. So I even catch myself looking down because that's like one of those things that's like embedded in most black people's DNA, whether you recognize it or not. And I catch myself, I'm like, I'm not enslaved, but I still look down. I'm like, no, I ain't about to do that. So I don't do that anymore. But it's like one of those unconscious things. So I think slavery, as we all know, destroyed the black family, as they are super confused and lost today. These black kids don't have their fathers. The homes are just broken. The women, the mothers have to work, so they can't be nurturing and mothering to their kids. And they're not even connected to their kids to even begin with when they have them.
They work
Because as soon as you have the kid, you're forced to go back to work, so you can't even bond with your baby. So let's think about when the school to the prison system pipeline is the way I briefly understand it. So by the time you have a boy and a girl that gets to third grade, the boy is usually going off to jail. The girl ends up having kids young and can't have a productive life. So you're just basically going through the motions. You're just existing but not living. So by the time people get to that magical age of 30, they realize that I've just been living or just existing and not actually living life. What do I like? What gets on my nerves? When is a good time for me to go to bed? I mean, just what's my favorite color? What kind of clothes do I like? What kind of music, shoes, whatever. Just what do I like? What do I don't like? You become disconnected from that. I'm sorry. You become disconnected from that. And then more importantly, you become super disconnected from your feelings, which is super important So people also talk about how people use them a lot because people don't have boundaries or whatever. So that's another thing, and how you become, you just disconnected from yourself. You don't know yourself. So that's why I call my business knowledge of self. Because once you learn yourself, that's when you become super happy and stuff. And people, when they come into my office, I feel so good that I'm smiling a lot. And they're like, how do you smile like that all the time? Because I'm like, I know myself, and I want to help you learn yourself too.
And smiles are contagious. They are.
Yeah.
It is.
Because it's like, I don't want to look like I don't want to be here at my job.
Yeah.
People can feel that energy.
Yeah, facts.
So I got to be that light, if you will, to help them brighten their light more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what I explain to my clients.
That's dope. So, individual, like you said, we don't know the type of music we like. We don't know the type of clothes we like and shoes we like because of the programming and stuff like that. I felt that because it's like you forced to. It's like we forced to like certain types of things because it's like that's what we see, or it might only be what we're able to obtain depending on our financial situation or environmental situation,
For sure.
and stuff like that. And like, for example, like I never knew. I knew about salmon croquettes and shit like that, but I didn't know about
Me neither.
a whole fish salmon.
I know,
didn't
me
eat
neither.
because we just salmon croquettes in the can and
for
shit
sure.
like that because of the
You
environment.
from the hood?
That's what, yeah,
Like me? Yeah.
They said like me.
Yeah. Sardines and shit and them little.
like I knew about that.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, it's like it's fish in the world, but you didn't know you can eat those
Right.
other fish. Like, so it's like, damn, like I started learning, like, damn, I like this, because you don't like, and we condition ourselves to be like, I don't like that, but you never even tried it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or you never
That's
went
a lot
to
of
that
people.
place. Or
That's a lot of people.
So how do you know you don't like it? But we conditioned to think that we don't like certain things.
Or to like
'cause we
only
don't know-
like certain
or-
things and that's it, and be content with little to nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you dealing with that, how does it? How do you get the individual that you're working with to try new things? Because some people be stuck in their ways.
It's
They be
hard.
like, hell no, I ain't fucking with that.
Because
Granny said we don't do that.
Because that example right there is like a part of a person who feels like that is where they last was comfortable at. And sometimes when people feel comfortable at a certain place in their life, they hold on to that. And that's something that you do become attached to. And when you become attached to something, it's hard to let it go. And you see the world through this attachment, whatever age it is. And that's where you get stuck, and that's what happens. So, I'm not trying that because my grandma said we don't do that. So you have that too then, that voice in the back of your head that you are familiar with. And this is what you know, and this is what you like subconsciously focus on. Because people describe that a lot. The voice, I just keep hearing this voice. And the voice that they keep hearing is like something that was super emotionally triggering to the person, to where people retain emotions a lot anyway, like strong emotions. So super emotionally triggering to them, they retain that. And that's what they replay throughout their life until they learn to just let it go. Mm-hmm. And I teach people to just let it go, because when you let it go, like this treatment modality that I do, or intervention that I do, where I teach people to just let it go, when I show them how easy it is to let it go, they just let it go.
So what is that? You say, so is it a quick little thing you can show us, or is it a long process? Because I'm pretty sure it's people watching. They need to let some shit go. They holding on to some shit that happened 10, 15 years ago, and they can't move on in life. So
yeah, I know a lot of people who can't let certain things go.
I used to hold grudges all the time. I hold grudge. Like I used, not no more. I let it go. I can really let shit go now. Like I could really be mad for long days, weeks. Really be mad. Fucked up. Like But I had to learn that shit hurt me more
Yeah.
than anything, and it had my life dark. So I'm like, I gotta do better, because that's how the depression and shit and the anxiety, start setting in, because I ain't want to let go.
Yeah.
But now, fuck that, I'm letting go, so I can
Right.
be happy, so I can smile
Right.
every day.
Yeah.
So, can you give us just a little snippet? But just a little bit, not a
I'm
lot.
trying because it's like
They gotta
it's
pay you
just
for this
no,
shit.
it's not that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just something that I do or whatever. Like I just like vibe with the person, if you will, and kind of
Okay.
can tell what they need, and I just do it for them. So I'm trying to like
Because each
show
individual
y'all,
is different.
or
you
we call it like I'm trying to show like what I do, but it's I sometimes give an example. No, I have them. This is something like real quick, but it doesn't work. But it's something that I do. So I tell them to like tell me some kind of no. They come in and they're just like really distraught about whatever it was that happened to them in the week and whatever. And I let them talk about whatever it was. Let them exhaust that out, and then I tell them that I asked them to tell me something that was good or whatever, and they start talking about that, and they get a bright smile on their face and whatever. And then I was like, "Look, you see how easy it was to just let that go?
So
Like, you see how good you just switch just like that? Like, this is what I want you to do a lot more.
okay,
But it doesn't go that easily. It doesn't.
it's a process. Everything's
It
a
is,
process.
but like it's something that is hard to like really explain exactly what it is I do, because
I think that's a good one though, because
yeah.
it helps you with that. What you pretty much telling them is don't focus on the fucked up moment that happened in your day.
It's just a
because
moment.
it's just a
It's
moment.
just a moment. Yeah.
And you shifting their energy and their focus onto the positive things that happen throughout their day. And I think if a lot of people did that one thing, it'd change their whole perspective and appreciate life.
Isn't
more.
that a lot easier said than done?
No, because that's what I tell people to do when I see them, and they're, I have people that are really struggling right now, and I tell them that thing to just change one thing in your day, and that snowballs into more changes.
For sure, I agree.
Because it teaches yourself, I say all the time, to trust yourself.
Yeah.
So when you
But that's
don't
hard,
do that,
right?
yes, but when you don't do that one small thing for yourself a day, like make your bed every day. That's their one small thing. Some people don't take a shower. Take a shower. That's your one small thing. Nothing
Yeah.
else. And when people do that, they start to they start to believe in themselves more, become more confident from that one thing, and go on and do more. It snowballs into more positive changes. It does.
That's powerful though. Like it will. Like it's just all about shifting the mindset, and it's not easy. It's not
Right.
easy. It's hard to do, and it take a lot of work. But you got to put the work in yourself if you want to see change in your life.
When you say it's something that's hard to do, like a lot of people do feel, that's just a part of you that's like, it's like a protective part of you, if you will, that tells you that it's so hard that, what is the benefit in changing? So I let people say, oh, it's hard to change, it's hard to change. Yes, it's hard to change, but it's really not that hard.
Are you sure?
When you learn to pay attention to the various like sides of yourself or the parts of yourself that makes you, that's when you take the time to like attend to those parts of yourself, it does become easier. Because when you say stuff like it's hard, that statement there, that's like a statement of
speaking
one
it
part
into
of
your
yourself that
existence,
that too, but that's you speaking more, you're attentive to this part of yourself that does not want to change. And so I help people like break up with that part, if you will, of yourself, if you will, and to prove to your ultimate yourself, which is your current self as we see ourselves right now on video, your current self.
Present.
You're the present self. It allows you to attend to your past self or child self, to make your child self okay, or your young self, and then that's when you're able to move on. So I don't think that I think that it's possible to heal from just about whatever.
So youngin, you keep asking, is it possible to change?
Yeah.
Do you not want to change maybe certain things that you have issues with because you feel more comfortable in that space, or is it more challenging to stay in that whatever space that is?
Well, for me, when I say that, I speak from a experienced perspective.
Okay.
That in life, for me, things that seem very simple are always the hardest. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, if you ask a millionaire how to be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? Some people may think it's easy. He could tell you exactly how to do it, but for somebody else, it's very, very challenging. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, it'd be hard for me to do the small things. You know what I'm saying? Like she spoke on trusting yourself. For me, that's hard. You know what I mean? Especially when you grew up not trusting yourself. You know what I mean? That's a new feeling. That's a new thought. That's a new emotion.
So when you say trust yourself, like you don't trust yourself to make life decisions, or you don't trust yourself like in the aspect like buffet, like if I left my cheeseburger right there, like I know I know Buff might take a bite of it.
Yeah, no.
Like is that type of trust?
No,
like,
really, I was speaking past tense. Right now, I'm a lot stronger. But you know, as we speak on this conversation, like I just remember how I felt. You know, having that conversation with myself about, yo, you need to trust yourself more. You know what I'm saying? That was hard. That was hard, especially at the beginning. That was hard.
yeah, it's hard. It took me a minute to trust myself in certain situations. Yeah, it's with the flesh.
Yeah.
You know, with my addictions.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I got a few of them.
Yeah, we all do. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
And it be hard to trust yourself.
Yeah.
It does, because it clouds your judgment, and it like breaks you from your like, it breaks you from a consciousness, if you will. So you're like under the influence, you know,
Of yourself.
of
You
yourself,
under the influence of self.
yourself. So you want to be above that.
Damn.
So you raise yourself to like a higher vibrational status, if you will. So, you know, yeah, it's cool to be drunk and high and stuff like that or whatever, but it's like that's when you lose trust in yourself and your intuition.
Buff, is there some things that you
Don't trust myself about.
yeah.
I can't think of anything that comes to mind.
Really?
I wouldn't even think of something that you like think of in
Yeah,
that way.
just-
It's just like when you make decisions, it's like,
Like, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I don't know.
Like I never even
That's what I'm
asked
saying.
anybody that question.
Yeah, I ain't.
I
That's
never
what I'm saying.
asked nobody that question because it's not like a list of things.
Things that I
It's
don't
not
trust
something that
myself.
people think about.
I
you
know
know,
a list of things I don't trust myself with.
You do?
but I never even
Yeah,
thought
like-
about it like that for myself at all. So I
Like
couldn't.
say if it could be like you be like I'm not gonna eat fast food or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you
but I
might,
don't do it though.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying.
No, I'm saying
you,
like,
I'm
but
saying-
I can do that. That's why I'm
All right,
like,
well, what's
I
some-
can't
all right,
connect
what's
with that.
something you love to do? It's shopping, or get buying dresses or purses or
I mean, it's just that if I
accessories.
don't, you know, if I just don't want to do something, I just stop. But I understand that though for myself.
So you got willpower for
yeah,
real.
I got
You got
strong willpower.
You don't
Yeah,
have no addictions?
no,
None.
I'm thinking like
No, don't do that. Everybody got an addiction.
I'm
It could
thinking,
be
but
chips, candy, coffee.
so no. So I like chips and cookies, but I
See,
don't.
that's
You
for
don't
No,
sure.
it
indulge.
is, but I don't. But I just don't go buy them.
So
like
you
it's
ain't
something
got-
right there.
I was
no,
just about to ask
nope,
you,
I don't want those. No, I
was just about
don't.
to ask you, so you don't
Yeah,
be
they look good
damn,
as
them
fuck.
bitches look good.
They do, but I don't. But it's not like I'm craving them and I want them. You know, it ain't
So,
like that.
Like for me, things like that. Like right now, I'm in a good space. You feel me? But when I'm not in a good space, like say when I'm going through things, yeah, I like to eat and shit. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm in a good space. So I have the discipline and willpower to be like, no, I don't want to try that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I'm not, like say when I'm nervous or like
Something
I have
going on.
anxiety or like something going on, I might not be thinking. I just go get what the fuck I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like comfort food and
I
shit.
did that before.
Yeah,
I mean, I used to do that. Yeah.
yeah. So,
So
like,
food was your addiction
Yeah.
at a point in time.
Yeah.
It still is a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Because I work out a lot now, and when you do that, I just naturally don't want to eat
certain shit.
bad
You don't
stuff.
even
You just naturally don't
desire-
want it.
have a
Yeah,
desire.
you
I
want
feel you.
like.
That's how it
'Cause
is
when
after
you
I
eat-
fast.
Yeah, because when you eat bullshit and then you got to go back and work out, it don't feel so good. But then when you eat right and then go work out, it feels so good. So it's like you just stay doing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
I love eating bullshit. I do. Bullshit tastes good.
it does.
It does, but I'm telling
But
you.
once
when
you stop
like, switch
for a
it
long
just-
period of time,
you don't
it
even
doesn't
notice
taste
it,
the
'cause Then you
same.
go back
Really?
eating that bullshit, and you
So
like,
I swear, like,
it don't even taste
like, say you
good.
start eating healthy for like
Yeah.
a long period of time, then you go back to eat some bullshit. It makes you feel
You know what I'm
bad,
saying? It makes
So
you feel
and it
fucked
doesn't
up.
taste as good.
So
like,
you feel like if you
Hey,
eat
I taste
healthy,
all the
a
shots,
steak don't taste good no
sugar,
more?
salt,
No,
that
what I'm
bullshit
saying
they
is-
put
Nah,
in
I'm
there.
saying
I'm not
no,
talking-
but I'm saying
like, listen,
specifically a steak.
Listen, I'm not talking
Give
about a
us
steak.
that.
I
What
want to
I'm-
know though. I need a
I'm
moment
not
of clarity.
talking about a
Get 'em.
steak.
But
'Cause the
talk
steak,
to me.
I still eat a steak when I'm eating healthy.
Okay, there we go. That's all I care about.
Yeah, steak is
Yeah,
still
that's all
good.
I care about,
But
the
what I'm
steak.
saying is, like, say if I'm eating healthy, like, cause I be going through spurts when I'm working out and I ain't eating no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, say if I'm on my shit for like a year or so, you know what I'm saying? I can't go back and drink like Kool-Aid, juice,
I can't.
chips, candy. All that shit tastes horrible. It's like
crazy.
you would eat the
It just
shit
goes right to
and
the
feel
bloodstream.
sick.
It
Like
feels
Wow.
you will feel bad like after you eat it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But like if you continue to eat it, it starts to feel good again.
Yeah.
And then you get back addicted to the
Yeah.
shit.
That is so true because when sugar is an addiction.
Yeah.
It is.
Drug. It's a
And just think
drug.
how you just give it to, well, most people give it to their kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, you making them addicted to sugar.
Exactly.
Don't
It's
even
like
know it.
Eating sugar is like taking cocaine or whatever they do,
Yeah.
like to get it in. It's like that. It's on that level. It
Yeah.
is. So like you saying, like I eat healthy for a long ass time, and then I just have one fucking cookie, and then I just want sugar all over fucking again. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I ain't about to do this back and forth with this
about to
shit.
keep
Like
playing
fuck
with
that.
yourself.
No, I'm not. So I'm just cut that shit off, and I did, and I was straight.
Cause I feel
Are
like
you the
food.
cutoff queen?
Yes.
You cut niggas off too, then. Huh?
No. So look, this is what it is. If when you're, I didn't say it like this, but it's like when you're on a certain frequency, like when you're just treating yourself in the best way possible in every way that you possibly can for yourself, and it's different for everybody what that is.
Yeah.
So when you feel so good in that way, you
You don't want to accept no bullshit.
you don't want to accept no bullshit. And it's either that it's going to fall off on its own or you just going to aggressively get that shit out your fucking life. That's what you
Because you
going
know
to do.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, that too. Knowledge of self. Yes, knowledge of self is power.
Yeah.
So when you
A
do
moment of
that,
clarity.
right. So when you do that, you just naturally do not want to entertain bullshit. So hell yeah, you a cutoff queen, cutoff point king.
I got you. No, I feel that because I tell my mans all the time, a lot of niggas can't breathe at the altitudes I'm at,
Yeah.
and they fall off. I ain't never cut nobody off. They just fall off.
They do.
Cause I'm on a whole nother
Cause this is
planet.
like
right
y'all
now, and
ain't,
they
y'all
can't-
don't like the same stuff no
Yeah.
more. Y'all doing
Yeah.
stuff different. They just can't do the stuff you do
Yeah.
or whatever. Just y'all, you just doing stuff different. So you just naturally like people like they say is in your life for like a season or a reason or something like that. It's literally like that. They come to teach you something, or they're just there for that moment in your life of that particular journey that y'all are on together, and that's all it is.
And you appreciate that moment, whether it's good or bad.
I do.
That's dope. Cause you see the lesson in it, or because you understand.
Because I
the
understand that, life is just a journey and people are in your life for a season or a reason. I understand that.
journey. A moment of clarity.
A moment of clarity.